Yo, 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 everybody. Welcome to Nerds of the Northland, episode 27. Today, we're going to be going over our top 20 favorite moments from the Final Fantasy universe. We didn't put this list in any particular order. It's just, we did group it chronologically by the original release date of each entry in the series that the moment comes from.
Yep.
And that will be starting with...
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. There will be several Final Fantasy games, around 6, 7, but we'll start with Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. And the main thing about... so number 1 is Mystic Quest. Yeah. And we're going to talk about the no-shop glitch, which...
Oh. Stuff. Trying to do this without fetch quest chain without notes. One of the easiest to best story triggers in the game is that you have to examine the locked door before the key for it.
glitch, which surprised me when I first started speedrunning it. You don't have to speedrun it with 100%, but in any way possible, you might have heard of it. And all it is it's like a mathematical glitch where under flow it goes to 250. It's from 0 to 255. You can buy 0 seeds in the town where you buy seeds at Fireburg. Instead of buying 1 and up, they actually made it so you can buy 0. So when you buy 0, and then when you put a potion next to it, or what was it? Oh, now I can think. But when you hit a certain button 255 times, it makes it turn into a wind medallion. And then when you go into a battle and use the other glitch for duplicating glitch, then you can turn that medallion into the key item, and then you can go to the last part of the world early. Sorry, that took me a while, but that's how it goes. Basically, a shop glitch. It's pretty cool. You can go to the 4th area before the 3rd area, and that's just a big surprising moment in Mystic Quest.
Yeah, and that's one thing about these older games that I never really looked into much till I got older, and I've watched a lot of videos. These older games is like ways to break them because programming wasn't as good and tight as it is now. And even now, I think there's a lot of glitches in newer games like Resident Evil 9. Jacob was showing me earlier, but I don't really know much about Mystic Quest. This is a game I didn't really play much, but now I know it's like a cult classic now. I don't even know how popular it was when it came out.
One of those simple stories, but really fun.
But it was also given to America because we were too dumb for real RPGs.
Yeah, but then, as you can see by both of us, we're not dumb.
It still turned out to be a fun game. But
right.
And that'll bring us to our next entry in the series, which I know a lot of the earlier games aren't as cinematic, and they kind of became more cinematic starting with Final Fantasy VI. Like, I'll never forget the scene in the top of the tower where Terra first turns into an Esper and flies away.
Oh, yeah.
way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful moment.
No, I've seen it 100 times. It's not as shocking, but it's really not something you planned on happening in the game. Another scene I'm sure both of us can remember pretty fondly is the opera scene in Final Fantasy VI.
Oh yeah, opera
Pretty iconic,
scene.
yeah.
You know. You play you're sneaking in the opera, and you got to play as the opera people, and what the memorable part is the actual singing part, and then the battle afterwards. But yeah, it was pretty shocking at the time.
Yeah, and how frustrating it was to actually do it right the first time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
The coolest part of this is one thing I didn't
It took
expect.
me a few times, yeah.
Yeah, I played the Pixel remaster. I didn't expect they redid all the backgrounds and everything and the sprites, and they added real voice, like the actual words to the song, which for some reason made it way easier to pull off correctly. Because if you remember right in the first game, you get a really good reward for doing it perfect, but it's almost impossible to do it perfect because of the controls and the way it worked. But a lot easier on the Pixel version. But and then another thing is pretty iconic is you fight a goddamn train. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and about the train, that's the one where you can use a Phoenix down on and kill it right away, right?
Yeah, but you can't because you have to suplex a train. It's so cool to see just this little guy sub in. You can do pick up the train and flip it over.
Classic.
It's so stupid. But yeah, or just use a Phoenix down, I think.
No, the suplex is cooler though.
I forgot. I always thought the first final Phoenix down thing was in FF7 in the Cosmo Canyon. I forgot they did it in 6.
Perhaps.
Because Cosmo Canyon, they don't tell you, but the Gene attack just uses a Phoenix down.
You might be teaching me something right now. About
when you first go through the Cosmo Canyon and you have to fight the boss, it's like a really hard boss for that part of the game. Or you just kill it in one hit with the Phoenix down.
I remember that now. Yes.
But they don't tell you that, so I forgot they did it in 6. Squaresoft ahead of its time.
I remember that now. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Forgot about the boss. And
I guess we can't forget FF6, the way you get to what really seems like the end. Like the end of the game. Like basically it looks like you failed and the world ended, and that's a really sad ending, but then the world gets destroyed. It's the end of the world. And you get world, and you get to start in the world of Ruin, which
has a lot more to it. Yeah,
which was like the first time. I mean, a lot of games had like second worlds, but it was never like that dramatic and never
didn't make you think you're at the end already, and then all of a sudden, no, you have another 5-10 hours.
And even back on Super Nintendo, the way they showed the world falling apart and like families falling into the crater, like it's weird to get emotional for 16-bit sprites.
Right, exactly. But right after this, we go right into 3D World, which is a game I've never heard of before. But
Final Fantasy VII.
Number 3 is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, have we ever talked about Final Fantasy VII or no? Final Fantasy VII is not a normal subject about Final Fantasy.
No, this is my first time talking about it with you. Yeah. So
the GOAT.
We have to talk about the first thing.
I didn't know whether to put this first or last, but we all know what's coming.
Aerith's death.
Yeah.
the thing we heard about when we were little kids, at least at least millennials, and we're like, what? Yeah.
Well, that's what I miss about the 90s. Is I didn't hear about it. I experienced it.
I experienced it only after hearing about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was lucky. I had it early, and
perhaps someone told me.
I never happened to catch. I didn't catch that scene. My brothers played through it when I was younger, before I was allowed to play it, but I didn't happen to catch that scene. So it was very
I wanted to be
dramatic.
cool and knew about it before I got to it. So.
12-year-old me might have actually cried. I don't know. I was kind of a bitch. Well,
but stopping the train from hitting Corel in the FS7 is a really good one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's towards the. I think it's the end of disc 2. When you're trying to get the huge materia. So what are you trying to stop shit from getting?
You saved a bunch of people, and having something like that happen in 1997 in a game was still pretty cool.
And it was one of those events where you could fail, and it wouldn't affect the game. Would still go on, and you could still get in the town. There is where you got Barrett's final limit, I believe, from an enemy. But if you didn't let the train hit the town, the mayor would thank you with the huge materia, which you could then bring to Cosmo Canyon to get Bahamut Zero. And that's something you did not want to miss.
Exactly.
So,
next one would be entering Gold Saucer, which... which is a point in the game where you see how many different areas you can go to, and then it kind of surprises you, and then you go, well, which one do I go through first? And yeah,
and I'm thinking just the first time you get in the tram, the first time you go up, that cinema, that cutscene, which if you watch it now, it's blocky and terrible, but I mean that was
maybe you've seen the remake.
Cutting edge at the time. I don't know. Do you get to go there in the remake? I haven't played the second one yet.
I heard you can.
Oh, that'd be so. I gotta play it. And but that'll go on to the next part was for me. I don't know. This might be more personal, but at the very end, spoiler alert: you fight Sephiroth for the second time. Form called Save for Sephiroth. It's got wings. It's where One Winged Angel song originated. I think. I don't think they played any time before that. But yeah, when he dies, You hit him with the last hit, and I don't know if it's because it takes the game a while to load because it's an older game. But there's about 30 seconds where everything locks. You can't use items, you can't use attacks. And I don't know, maybe they did it on purpose to make you think I'm at the end of my console just froze and freak out for a minute. And then he... And then he boom explodes and goes away. I don't know. It was really memorable to me, especially the first time.
Oh, definitely, yeah. No, I remember that too, and not as memorable as like you, but it was one of those moments where it kind of made you think something was wrong for a sec, like because PS1's disc did do that quite often. They would just freeze.
When it's funny that first time through, like you're level 50 or whatever, and then you think if you go get Knights of the Round and Omnislash, it's literally one Knights of the Round and the game's over.
Which brings it to the last.
Yes, is Omnislash when you. When you figure out what it is at the battle arena and you finally get it and you get to use it and see how amazing the attack is. And the animation was out of this world for that time. 16 hits and the big explosion. It was so cool. I don't know if there's a whole lot more to say about that. Yeah.
No, and Knights around, another. Another 100% kind of moment.
And the frustration of doing 75 rounds in the battle arena and getting 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
I have not done that.
I get there is a way to like beat the spinner thing, but I never figured out how to do it. I think you can like pause really fast and it'll go slower and you can get, I don't know, but you have to look that up. Glitch, maybe. I don't know if you call it glitch, but that will bring us to
Final Fantasy.
No,
8.
we're not done yet. We still got Knights of the Round. The first time you get that.
Oh, I just said that.
Oh yeah, but I was going to go further into it.
Oh, yes.
I was going to put this separately on the list, but I wanted to do the Chocobo breeding, which I don't know if I ever did it without a guide from somebody else. But when you do the final mating, there's like a 60% chance you'll get a gold Chocobo. And I don't know how many times I just soft reset.
For how much wow.
Oh my god, gold Chocobo! And then you get to go get Knights of the Round, which unrivaled, probably one of the best.
It's fun being on gold Chocobo riding anywhere.
But then at that point, absolutely everything is a one-hit kill. The weapons are nothing if you have the right material combinations. At that point, you've broken the game. But it's so cool to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. Now we go to number 4, which is Final Fantasy VIII. And the Squall and Cypher battle in general. Battle in general is a memorable moment in the game. I mean, when you think about Final Fantasy VIII, I go right to that right away.
Yeah, right at the opening, just this battle and the cut and the ridiculous, like watery looking stupid blood, and then but it was still cool.
Oh, very cool.
And then he gave him one to match, but you don't get to watch Squall do it because Squall's a good guy. You're not supposed to watch him hurt people. Blah, blah, blah.
And then another
narratives,
right? Do you want to talk about this one? The next one is Final Fantasy VIII Ifrit Battle, which is the battle, which is the first time you go. It's your first Guardian Force, but your first time you go fight a boss actually with the boss music. And I would say with the boss music, the first time you're in a dungeon to go on the seed mission, it's memorable, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's like the Scorpion at being FF7. You get to see the graphical capabilities of the new game with the big cool boss.
Oh yeah.
And that's like the first actual like boss with like flair beforehand.
And it's the game right after Final Fantasy VII, so how are they going to top that? Well, they did a great job. They still had really good boss music for being different music anyway. Like that kind of stuff, they did a really good job.
Yeah, they almost matched Final Fantasy VII.
They didn't match it. I'm just saying that they did a good job with being different, having different music, but still memorable and really good music.
Yeah, and I guess an honorable mention would be the card game. I can't really put that as a memorable moment, but it was definitely a memorable part of the game, for sure.
But the next game is number 5, Final Fantasy IX.
Which I think you played more recently than I have. You're playing it right now, aren't you?
I am, but the things we're talking about is actually things you've already played, and I haven't.
Okay, so you have, the VV part's pretty early in the game.
Yeah, the VV blowing up black walls with fire. walls with Fireball. I have played an early file before, so I've gotten to that point before. But when you think about Final Fantasy IX, I think about Vivi and the Black Walls together. Like the Black Mages, their village, everything to do with them. That's really what I think about Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah, and then the cutscene, I think it was, again, just kind of showing off graphically what you were getting into, because it was fairly early in the game, but it was this huge, like, dramatic cutscene on the airshippers flying out and trying to get to the gate while it closes, and this big wizard flies in, and little Vivi, who's, like, timid and scared the whole time, like, gets mad and blows him away with one fireball, and then you go through the entryway. And I mean, again, it's hard to look back on because graphics weren't as good in the 90s, but come on. I mean, for the time, you have to put yourself in the time. I'm putting myself in, like, the first experience. I was like, it could never get better than this, which is ridiculous thinking about. We're probably literally 1,000 times better than that now. For at a minimum. But this one, I don't know if you remember this. You haven't seen this part, but this is a part in the game where it's actually kind of a point of no return, where you meet Kuja and Beatrice in the rain at the, I think it's the end of disc 1 or disc 2, and you have to defeat Beatrice, I think, and then Kuja attacks you and you're supposed to lose. But if you can't win that first battle, you're screwed. And the thing is, you're at like a lock point where it won't let you go backwards. So you have to make sure you're strong enough, which, if you're used to Final Fantasy, you probably are, but there's a chance you can lock your game and have to start over, which happened surprisingly often in games back then. But
hopefully it doesn't happen to me at that point.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to the first entry in the PS2 era.
Number 6, Final Fantasy X. We're going to talk about the Final Fantasy X opening Blitzball scene with... scene with Tidus and just playing Blitzball in general. And I'm not a fan of Blitzball, but the few times I did play it, I'll tell you, I did enjoy it a little bit.
Well, I understand like the very first scene is Anakin, where it's like his memory, and he's like floating in the air, and he drops it, and that's before all the enemies attack and Orin help him. Yeah, but just that opening scene,
the whole beginning of the game.
Going from FF9 saying, "Oh, I can never get better than this," to FF10 was like, damn, it's still pretty good looking. Damn near cinematic.
Fantastic intro with Orin. And the first time you fight those little things, and every time you move on a little bit, it was very dramatic. It was very good. They did a great job mixing the cinematics with the battle.
Like, is this a game or a movie? We felt back then. Yeah,
back then. I mean, even now it's beautiful. Yeah,
yeah, and very, very memorable. And there's also a part now in the mountains. I think what is it?
Seymour Flux.
Ron.
Your hope ends here. And your meaningless existence with it.
Ron's, I forget what the mountain's called, but where the Ronso lived, you run into Seymour for the third battle, I believe.
Yep.
And this is a very famous difficulty spike in the game.
I haven't heard one person not talk about this part of the game.
Like, it's like...
You get stuck because the boss is so hard.
The game's difficult enough, but doable. And then you get to this point and you're like, I need to go grind for 10 hours before I can beat this fight.
Seymour Flux has 70,000 HP and a lot of defense.
Yeah, and...
at this point in the game, it's hard.
One shot, yeah. Usually at that point in the game, a lot of one-shot attacks, which are really annoying to deal with.
He can just kill someone by using
and then you bring him back to life, which allows him 2 turns because he used an item on a dead person, doesn't get that turn.
And if I were you, I would use Hastega.
Yeah, which means you need to grind because you probably don't have it naturally at that point.
I did. Well, because I grinded.
Yeah. Gotta be ready for it. I mean, I guess you've got to be used to Final Fantasy. Get good.
Next game is number 7, Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
An underrated Final Fantasy we both like.
Skip the MMO.
Yeah. But this is a good game, and I mean, I played it actually.
Yeah.
I would if I were you. It's good.
Yeah, and the first thing you notice as a Final Fantasy connoisseur is the size of the game. Like, game. Like, as it opens on Robinoster, the first town, it's just huge. And you walk out the first time you walk into the desert, and you're like, how could I ever explore all this?
It's still PlayStation 2, and it's that much more beautiful. Yeah.
And even there's the whole art controversy where the art director changed, but I don't care. I don't really listen to all that controversy. I listen to my experiences, and I really enjoyed that game.
The entire game is good.
Hundreds,
no matter what they are. Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you remember this part, there was a part, this is actually where the controversy starts, but you get to a temple in the desert, and the Garuda, this big burning, you know what a Garuda is, Final Fantasy fans, burning bird flies over you.
Burning bird. Bargain bird.
And it's one of the coolest cinematic scenes up to that point in Final Fantasy.
Bargain bird.
Bird burn.
That was twice. See, if I did it 4 times, then it'd be annoying.
Burning bird.
Bargain bird. All right. Well,
Yeah. Well, this actually went quicker than I thought, but I've been adding a lot of clips, so it's probably
it'll be like 30, 35 minutes.
good episode. But I don't know. This is more personal, and I know we've done pretty well talking about retro games, and
today we're gonna do our socials at the end.
yeah. And as far as retro goes, we could talk about them for 5,000 hours. We actually do more themed episodes like these.
Let us know what you think down below in the messages, and please like and subscribe.
But I have to add, after all these amazing scenes and all this great experiences in Final Fantasy, let's talk about some of the stupidest shit that was ever made. The tightest laugh scene. Ha 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 ha. I just put that here because now I'm going to put it here and make you watch it twice. Twice. Thank you very much for coming, everybody.
You can find me at Cosmo Retro everywhere online. Go play my game at Dreamnasia.
Twitch.tv/Cosmo Retro. Cosmo Retro Studios LLC on Steam.
Yep.
Games to come. I'll hopefully be helping on that. I plan to.
Lost Legacy. Yep, it's in the making right now.
As of now, you can find me mostly at twitch.tv/JMosher89. I've
Playing some
currently
awesome games.
gotten pulled into Crimson Desert, and I can't stop.
It's
Can't
amazing.
stop.
Oh, he showed me today for the first time. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Pearl Abyss.
Well, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good one.
Yes, and now here's the
Bargain bird. Bargain bird. Bargain bird. Bargain bird. Bargain bird.